Alternate here with another Halo 4 campaign mission walkthrough, and today I'm going to demonstrate how one can complete the Infinity mission, which is the fourth in Halo 4, on legendary difficulty with 0 skulls. That's no skulls on. And having no skulls on makes some aspects of the mission much easier, especially dealing with Promethian Knights, but other aspects of the mission become much more difficult, basically because you do not have the extra shielding, and the equipment that you use does not have the shielding that one would have when skulls like Mythic and Tilt are on. So anyway, I'm off and running, and that seems to be the case in many of these missions to start. And I'm going to be using a number of techniques that we use in Lazo or Mythic runs. But there's an adjustment for taking out some of the knights and such, basically because, for example, with catch off, I cannot get a knight in a grenade throwing animation, and so I cannot do a circle melee. So I had to figure out another way to take him out. Now, that jumping around I did up there basically is going to allow me to bypass having to take a couple of crawlers out when I come around the corner up here. You might want to study that, because sometimes that little routine works and sometimes it doesn't. But the bottom line is that when I come around here, I don't have two crawlers I have to deal with. Now, right here, we're basically going to try to bypass dealing with a bunch of Prometheans by jumping up. First, we jump up this tree trunk as so, aim up, and do a crouch jump, and I didn't get it on the first time, but you know, when you fail, try again. The idea is to jump up this tree, okay, jump to this spot, aim up, crouch jump up, and spam jump if you have to, turn around, come back down to here on this log, jump across to this rock, ease your way up to that last little bright spot, aim a little left of the light, and jump, take a step, aim a little right again, and then bunny hop across. Alright, and then jump up here. That needs a cross jump, sprint jump here. And let's go down by this flower, and we've got some crawlers behind us and a watcher, but by taking that route down that tree trunk, it minimizes or eliminates their fire into our backside, as it were. So now we're running through here. We have no need to deal with any Prometheans, crawlers, watchers, knights, whatever, until we get up to the first forerunner structure where Commander Lasky is. This is a nice little tactic to use. Now there's a dead Marine up here. We want to run just to the right of him, and I thought I'd pick up 2 grenades, but apparently I didn't. But there are 2 frag grenades just to the right of that dead Marine. But not to worry, there's a box of them up here. Not that I don't think I even bothered to use a frag grenade in this mission, but it never hurts to have them on hand. So we just keep running, and we're going to come up to a doorway. Right here. Alright, yeah, I missed the grenades down below, so I got them out of that crate. Alright. Takes a while for the cutscene to play out.
Multiple IDs. Chief, they're friendlies.
I mean, this is forced, I can't skip it. Okay, so now I skipped that last little bit. When we door open here, we're going to have a crawler across the way on that little hill. There's going to be another one on this bent tree trunk. Go ahead and take those 2 out. Come on out, and using that bent tree trunk as cover because there's a Promethian Knight out there, and he's firing and throwing grenades. Alright, take those other 2 crawlers out. Grab the shotgun, which is going to come in handy if the knights teleport up next to you. And I think I might have that happen to me in this particular run through. Okay, so now These guys are real bullet sponges, but I still have a couple of Marines alive here, and they're helping me out by firing. Notice that they're firing at the Knight as well. But just keep headshotting the Knight with a DMR, and out he goes. It takes longer if the Marines are dead, but like I said, they did help me out. Alright, the second Knight has a tendency to want to hang back unless you advance. I'm going to go up here on the left and see if I can start convincing him to come forward. And notice the Watcher is providing him a hard light shield. So there we go. I've got him. Oh, there. Now see how he teleports? He dips his shoulder, and then he teleports up to where the source of the fire he's taking, and that's when you switch over to the shotgun and take him out. That's a nice little technique. Alright, we're loading up on light rifle ammo. I still got a crawler back there. Take him out with the DMR. Alright, along the way we picked up an auto sentry. Both those Knights have them, by the way. You definitely want to make sure that you don't leave this area without an auto sentry. It does come into help. Alright, I'm going back here. Alright, I'm loaded up on light rifle. I'm going back here. Actually, those DMRs may or may not respawn, but I didn't use that much ammo in this run, so... Now what I'm doing here is I'm going to need my auto sentry in the next encounter, and unless I did that, as I found out in the previous run, I may not have it available to me right away. So, okay, so loaded up with light rifle, loaded up with DMR ammo, and off we go. And now we're going to do a little jump here. Just takes a couple tries for me. All right. And this is another situation where you want to aim up at the corner, because that's the direction you want to go in. You're going to crouch, jump, real quick left turn, and jump again. Alright, let's try again. Nah, didn't make it. Sometimes I get this on the first try, and sometimes I sit here for minutes cussing at this thing. Nah, didn't get it again. Now I'm cussing. This is not a live voiceover, by the way, so. Alright, aim up. No, golly days. I'm going to start cussing in the voiceover. Alright, try again. What this does is that this tactic allows you to avoid having to battle several more crawlers and another Knight. So anytime you can bypass enemies, the better. Okay, auto sentry up. Take that Watcher out first. Switch back over to the DMR. And we're getting help from the. I'm getting help from the auto sentry, but let's go ahead and take out the crawlers. All right. And as soon as the Knight comes into view, go ahead and set up the auto sentry and start hitting him with light rifle fire. Hit shot. No. Wow. Unlucky he went out when he did. If we had cowbell on and Mythic and Tilt, he would not have teleported like that. I had never seen that with those skulls on, but with those skulls on, but with zero skulls on, they do have a tendency to teleport up to where they're taking fire, so you have to be really careful about that. And I didn't bring the shotgun along this time because I do need the light rifle for stuff, if you will. Alright, taking those crawlers up. There were 3 crawlers up there. There's a binary crawler up in a tree, and there's a 4th crawler who likes to hang up where I just scoped. And I've still got a couple of Marine buddies left, but it would be a standoff because they never fire at it, and it never fires at them, and we can't really initiate the next checkpoint until he's out. So we walk up here until we see the checkpoint light up, and then we haul it back to the sandbags. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swap out my light rifle for a railgun, because basically this is the new combo with turrets. Railgun plus 3 DMR hits, and it's out. And there's another one over here. Okay, side in, side out, hit it, and it's gone with it. There was 3 shots, by the way. Alright, go ahead and swap back for the light rifle because we will need it. And by the way, I was kind of circling around back there because I didn't want to also pick up a hologram when I pick up the railgun, which happens because I need that auto sentry. Alright. First, what we want to do here is take out the watchers, and just take your time and make sure you've got aim on the head so that 2 or 3 headshots will take the watcher out without the extra shielding with a light rifle. Takes a few more if you're just hitting it in the other parts of the watcher, but basically I think that was 3 rounds right there, or 3 shots. Alright. Next, what I want to do, I do not want to take out any of the crawlers. I can take out one, but more than one, and what I'm going to try to do would fail. Alright, so basically what we're doing here is I put up an auto sentry. I'm running up this right side to the door up here, and I'm trying to get behind a knight as it materializes. So this is a spawn kill. Alright, assassinate, and the other one teleports up there, and I'm just getting the heck out of dodge. Now normally with catch on, he would have gone into a grenade throwing animation, and I would have had an opportunity to do a circle melee on him. But that doesn't happen with catch off, so I'm just getting the heck out of dodge. And if it looks like my path that I just took is blocked, then I would go down the other side just to get away from it. Now I'm coming back here and taking out the crawlers, probably about 4 of them. And now I've got the Promethian Knight to take out, and he has actually proven to be quite difficult. Oh, he just threw a pulse grenade at me. Actually, if he had teleported back to the far side of this little valley here, he would have been a lot easier to take out. But you will get him just as long as you're careful. And that is the thing here about having no skulls on. You're not, you know, with Mythic and Tilt not on. He teleported out there. I'll be a son of a gun. I thought I got him. Alright, there we go. Anyway, with Mythic and Tilt off, you do not have the extra shielding that you would normally get. It's easier to kill the enemies, but it becomes a lot tougher, you know, to maintain your shields. And you have to be very careful about that. Okay, we put Cortana in the system, and we're going to go through a 3-night spawn killing exercise here. Alright, we get down to right where the grass, right where those 2 little paths diverge right there. You want to assassinate with animation on this knight. Don't back up too far or you won't be able to do it. Alright, and we backsmack this knight. That's knight number 2. Come up to this little log up here on the left. Take out 1 crawler. And knight number 3 will spawn and aim up. There you go. And backsmack him. If you don't get him on the first try, keep trying, but what will happen is that he will spawn a watcher, and you will immediately have to take that watcher out. Now, notice the crawlers were firing at me, and my shields went down very, very quickly. That's an issue. You've got to be really careful about that. You know, I'm trying to do a no-death run here. I'm practicing for a full campaign run, prologue to epilogue, and you know, legendary with no skulls on, and I have to be very, very mindful of my shields, regardless of whether it's Coveys or Prometheans. Crawlers can take me out in a hurry. Even grunts, especially grunts or jackals with needlers, can take you out. So my general rule of thumb is that if my shields have dropped, I'm going to hide. If I can't hide, I'm going to run. Okay, now what I'm doing here is that there's a total of about 11 crawlers or so. I'm going to take out 6 and then start seeing where they're at and counting. Because what I want to do is I want to take enough out but be left with 3. That's a very important number here, which is what I just did. And I've got 3 crawlers left. Now, I'm coming down here, and I'm going to try to do another spawn kill. And I got to be honest with you, I missed it, and I got kind of lucky here, but I stayed with it and got the kill ultimately. Okay, take out at least one of those 3, and a knight will spawn right in front of me. And I didn't quite get him in the spine, and notice that he's often moving off on me, but I just keep going after him and keep meleeing him and doing this like a circle. And, well, no, I missed him. Dadgummit. Now notice how he did that teleport. Alright. I thought I got him with that melee, but apparently he teleported away. And actually that's something you don't normally see on Mythic or Tilt. Now, I've got to take out some more crawlers and get ready for another spawn kill. Or actually crawlers, and then take out a watcher before you can spawn more crawlers, and then go through another spawn killing routine. Which, by the way, again I missed on the first try, which is driving me nuts. Normally I get those. Okay. And I've either got to take out 2 or 3 of those crawlers, and I notice I'm aiming back there. I'm expecting a watcher to spawn. Okay, hasn't spawned, so I got to take out 1 more crawler here. Things tend to happen when you only have 2 left. Alright, there's the watcher. Go ahead and take him out real quick. It's a lot easier when he doesn't have the extra shielding, the extra health. Now what I need to do is take out another crawler to get another knight to spawn here, and I'm positioning myself so that I get him right when he spawns. Oh, I missed him. Notice I'm still going after him. I'm doing a circle melee. I finally got him in the back. So with their shields not as good, you know, don't give up. We might still get him. Okay, that guy spawned. Notice I jumped up on the rock and got him. The idea behind all that spawn killing is to put yourself in a position so that when they do spawn, you can backsmack them. Okay, the waypoint goes up to activate. That creates 3 more crawlers coming down from a blow. They come right up that path. Just go ahead and take each one out. And I don't know why I'm doing this. Probably because of my mythic runs, but I really don't need to ammo up on the light rifle because I'm not going to use it when I go to the landing zone. And what I'm doing is I'm coming back down here to grab this railgun that I left. It's got 1 round chambered and 1 round extra in it. And I do know that up in the sandbags up by the door that we're going to open here momentarily, there is another railgun. So we'll have 5 rounds and plus 1 chambered, and I'm full of DMR. Just make sure. Yep. And I want to get this 50 cal here because basically I don't have the light rifle, so I want to conserve my DMR ammo as much as possible. Because I'm going to have to take a number of coveys out and still have ammo to take out the Promethian Knights. Okay. So the idea behind taking the 50 cal along with me to the landing zone is the initial encounter with grunts and jackals. They're the ones that I want to take out. The ones that are right around the mouth of the cave.
That hatch's security was more difficult than I expected.
Okay, and we're running. We're walking and bunny hopping because I can't sprint with this thing. Here we go. I'm starting to bunny hop up here. Alright, now as I come up to the mouth of the cave, I believe there will be a little grunt there on the left along with the knight. Basically, I want to get the knight out of there. I don't necessarily want to kill him right here, but I'm going for the grunt, and the knight goes ahead and teleports out. Which is fine with me, and this time he did not leave an auto sentry up, which makes life a little bit easier. But basically what I'm doing here is just simply looking for the 4 or 5 grunts and shielded jackals. I think there's just 1 shielded jackal to take out from the mouth of the cave. I might have to step out a little bit and notice that daggone, oh crap. Needler, don't like needlers. Get that needler out of here. I was surprised that the knight had come up far enough to. We wanted that watcher out of the way too. I'm glad he came up towards me and I could take him with a 50 cal. Anyway, normally the knights will hang back. There's the shielded jackal. He may have a needler or he'll try to EMP or one or the other. Okay. Basically just about run out of ammo there Go ahead and drop it off. And now I'm going to come over here and take out a Jackal Marksman. I'm going to employ the auto sentry, which gets his attention, and then boom, headshot. He's down. Hit him in the headlights, and he'll go down. Okay. So now what we have to do is we have to take out the coveys that are hanging back there. We get down to 1 or 2 coveys left in this initial wave of grunts and shielded jackals. Then that will initiate the next wave, which comes in on a phantom. So I'm just kind of looking around for them. They tend to hide behind that big leaning stalactite or whatever the heck it is. A weird looking rock. So I might have to step out a little bit to take care of them. Well, there's a grunt down there. I do miss the grunt birthday skull with playing with 0 skulls, because at least that tells me by the confetti that I've done a good headshot on a grunt. I don't have to verify it by watching him fall over, because sometimes I think I got him and I don't, and then I get surprised. Alright, another grunt down there. Yeah, okay, he went down. And I believe that triggered the second wave. So Phantom's coming in. I'm stepping back because I don't want to take a lot of fire from the Phantom's main gun. But while I'm at it, I'll step back out here and see if I can take out any more coveys. Now, if I do run out of ammo, I could run down the right path there to where that Jackal Marksman was, and he was using the Covenant Carbine, so there is some alternative ammo down there, or a weapon down there that I could use if I ran out of DMR ammo. But I'm just trying to be as careful and as cautious and as accurate as possible with the DMR to take out the coveys that I need to take out and still have some ammo left. Alright. It's interesting to note that I can knock back those jackals by hitting them in the hands, even at distance. Just kind of aim in the general direction, get the knockback, and that opens their heads up for a headshot. It amazes me that I can do that at distance better than I can do it up close or closer. Alright, what I've got here, I got the railgun. I think what's going to happen is one of the battle wagons that's got the scatter shot, which is the Promethian shotgun, is going to come up. And he's turned. Okay, here he comes. Railgun shot. Several shots after that with the DMR will take them out. It's a very useful combo when you don't have the extra shielding. And again, because catch is not on, I cannot get them in a grenade throwing animation to do a circle melee, so this is the preferred method for taking them out. And I can take them out from distance. Railgun. Shots of the DMR, and down for the count. He's gone. So now I'm down to 2 knights, and I believe there might be a grunt or a jackal out there. And when we get down, especially if we take both battle wagons out, that triggers the pelican to appear. And I'm just going to be cautious here. I want to get the knight stationary. Okay, got him in a position where I can take him out. Oh, look out. When you see him dip and teleport like that, he's coming after you, so back up. And hopefully you can take him out with your next shot. That's especially true with without the shotgun, because the shotgun, obviously, if he teleports right up to you, the shotgun will take him out. One blast from the shotgun, maybe 2. But you just really have to be aware of that. Now, that particular knight was sort of going into a dance. I've seen that before, and he's just boogering back and forth and will not advance. So once that happens, he's an easy target. Okay, so into the pelican we go, and we're on to another battle. And normally you just jump in the tank and have to battle through a lot of coveys, but I'm going to try to bypass them all, circumvent all the coveys here. I'm going to run up to this rock, jump up on the rock, jump up on this piece of whatever, and right at the bend. Be very careful. Sprint jump all the way across to that thin top of that railing or beam or whatever it is. Jump down and through here. Okay. And then through here. And now, if you've never done this before and you want to practice it, go ahead and start the mission on Rally Point Charlie, because it brings you right out at where I started my run to the left. Okay, now we're down here, and lo and behold, none of the coveys have appeared yet. And none of the sniper towers, which have fuel rod grunts in them and all kinds of crazy stuff, have been completely built. So we're just running, and instead of bringing the tank up to the infinity, I'm going to run over here, ultimately, kind of bunny hop and jump, over here to a Wraith. And off we go up to the left. Now there's a split in the path up here. We want to go left. And as soon as we do, go ahead and boost, because there's a phantom coming in and we want to avoid its fire. There's the phantom. Okay, take your time up here. Let your boost recharge. Alright, and then boost again through here, because the phantom's going to start firing at you again. By the way, I found that it takes about 3 seconds for sprint to regenerate. So when I run out of sprint, I'll bunny hop 3 times, and then I should have full sprint back. Now, that's just something that I picked up along the way doing all these missions.
Command,
okay,
the hangar bay doors are
we got a
sealed.
Wraith and a Ghost down there, and they're battling our Marine buddies coming out from the Infinity. And notice, as soon as I fired at that Wraith, he turned and fired back at me. So what you need to do here is, and this is actually an advantage of using a Wraith, is just strafe back and forth. And I'm using this rock here as cover. And I'm strafing back and forth as I fire, and then he fires back at me. I strafe out of the way, and that last shot got the Wraith. And now I just want to take the Ghost out. There's another one around the corner there that will make an appearance momentarily. Okay, there goes the Ghost. I'm not all that great a shot. Now I got I believe a Grunt, a Shielded Jackal, and an Elite, along with that second Ghost that I have to take out before I can get to the landing bay of the Infinity. Okay, there goes the Ghost. And let's see here. There's the Elite, and surprisingly enough, without that extra shielding with Mythic and Tilt, it's fairly easy to take them out, which is really going to help me out in my next encounter, because again, I do not have the extra shielding on the Wraith, and I don't have the extra health, so I have to be very careful up here. And these last 2 encounters, or actually last 3 encounters, I'm going to have to go through. And we'll see that demonstrated. When we come up, the first thing we want to do is we want to get rid of all the coveys that are close, because there is a fuel rod grunt there. The Elite, if the Elite has a carbine, he can headshot you through the Wraith, and you can pretty much die very quickly. And once we get the nearby ones done, then we can go after the hunters, and they tend to retreat. And it really doesn't take much without their extra shielding to take them out. And notice I'm using this platform with the mongoose on it as cover. And I actually cleaned up on this little battle here a lot quicker than if I had been doing a laser run with all the extra shielding and health all the coveys had. So I turned a battle that required a great deal of patience into one that's over pretty quickly. But again, I do not have the extra health or shielding, so I have to be careful in this encounter. I can't be reckless. Okay, so we've cleaned up the coveys, and Captain Del Rio basically talks about what Chief has to do next, and we're waiting for the door to open. And Captain Del Rio strikes me as a not too pleasant fellow.
Take it. You'll need the extra firepower.
So we're just waiting. Finally, he's done with his speech. We come over here. We're going to be using a mana, so let's go ahead and activate it. And we're going to run down here and get a rocket, load up on ammo. Yeah, it looks like I don't know where I'm going, which is probably true. Alright, jump back up. The Mantis is coming up. It's ready to go. And I'm going to use partially a technique that would have been that's a good speed running technique or tactic for part of this battle, but for the most part I'm going to stay in the Mantis. Alright, go ahead and take those little grunts out before you even walk out of the door, because you can take them from distance. Way down the other end is a turret. Go ahead and take it out with rockets. You've got some grunts and jackals down there. Just kind of every time your reticle goes red, start firing. And if you advance far enough, 2 knights will spawn. And let's see, there they are, I believe. Yep. And just, you know, a combination of rockets and guns will take them out pretty quickly. If you hit them, or you splash the rockets around them. Splash damage will drop their shields just as well as a direct hit. Okay, they're gone. And instead of continuing, I'm cleaning up down here, but instead of continuing around the corner, I've got some cubbies and such gun emplacements that can cause me a lot of heartburn. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to come up. There's 2 grunts on this little walkway with fuel-light cannons that are a pain in the ass to take out with the Mantis. So, and that turret. And I took the grunts out with the DMR, Mantis out with the rockets. The turret out with the rockets. There's another turret back there, and I'm going to come over to this side. And I think I got one of the grunts as well when I fired that rocket, but there's normally 2 grunts on this little walking path, I guess you will, crosswalk, that have fuel-light cannons. I can't see the second one. I took the first one out with the DMR. Now that I've cleaned up the heavy weapons, if you will, I'm going to go back to the Mantis. Now there is a technique or a tactic by which you just could keep running around the corner down that left side, and then take out the final, just keep running and jumping and take out the final turret before the outside door, elevator door opens. Take out the final turret with rockets. But again, because I don't have the extra health, I decided I wasn't going to take a chance on that. I hate to come all this way in this mission and die there. Because when that elevator door opens, you're going to have like 5 grunts, I believe, that you have to melee, and if you miss one and they throw a grenade, you're doomed. So I'm taking a little bit more careful route here. So basically, clean up the cubbies. I decided to take that overpass up there now, that walkway, if you will. And right around the corner here, there is a turret. I believe a knight will spawn right before the current. Here it is, right before. So, you can back up and take him out with a combination of guns and rockets, or just guns. But you got to be careful, because your shields will drop inside the Mantis as it takes damage. And so you have to be real careful here. It's just as if you were on your own, firing other weapons on the outside. The Mantis does have shielding, but as soon as its shields start to weaken, you start to lose health. Alright, so basically I'm taking out watchers, and I'm taking out, okay, there's a turret I have to take out. Okay, got him. Okay, decided to take out that walkway, that overpass, if you will. I believe there was a turret there, and there is a turret up there at the far end as well. But Yeah, I decided to take it out after I blew up that second walkway. And notice how my health was dropping. So the Mantis is taking fire, and I'm losing some of my shielding as well. So I have to be a little careful here. This really becomes apparent here in a couple of seconds. A couple of knights spawn. And notice I'm taking fire. The shielding's going down on the Mantis, and so is mine. And I think that is patently unfair. But, wow. I lost my health. That is just absolutely amazing. So I retreat. The mana shields will regenerate as well as mine. Here they come. So again, you have to be very mindful of both the shields of the Mantis and your own when you're in this particular area, and ultimately when you get on the outside. And I'm going to be using a certain approach to the final battle on the outside that will allow me to escape death, if you will, with the same problem. The Mantis is about to go and my shields are about to go, or have gone. Anyway, I'm just cleaning up the elites. 2 elites spawn again, and they have a tendency to teleport back. And once I dispatch them, then I've got some coveys. I think I might have 2 more, not elites, knights. Getting my major enemies mixed up here. And a combination of rockets and guns will take them out. Again, splash damage from the rockets help bring their shields down, then the guns finish them off. And now I've got jackals and grunts and a couple of turrets to deal with. So there's one right there. And notice that I go after the turret and then get out of the way just in case I didn't get it. But being very careful here with this final set of enemies. There we go. Just keep taking them out. And there is a turret down there in that right corner. Okay, not sure I took it out. So, yeah, there it is. I always back into cover, or strafe into cover, if you will. Okay, we've got everybody out of the way now, and the doors will open, and there'll be those little grunts in there, and we'll just take them out with the guns. Alright, if I had Black Eye on and ran that tactic that bypassed all the fight that I just did in the Mantis, I would use meleeing the grunts to get my shields back, but that's not an issue with this particular run.
That might be how they're blocking the Infinity's defenses.
So here we go. We're going to the final battle. We've got 3 jammers to take down, and then we have to hold off several waves of coveys coming in on phantoms, and the phantoms will fire at you, and there's a banshee or 2 that will come down and get you. So I'm starting off by coming down here to the right, and I'm taking out the coveys that are in front of this rightmost jammer. I want to clean them up before I take out the jammers. And ironically enough, even though that I'm... Oh, jeez, where'd he come from? Boy, look at the shields drop in a hurry. Okay, I'm backing up a little bit. I want my shields to regenerate. I want the mana shields to regenerate. Alright, now I can go back. I want to take all the coveys out here around this right gun. Or right jammer, I mean. And then I'll come around here and take... Ooh, there's an fuel rod grunt, another one. Got to be really careful of them because they're small, you can't see them, and suddenly, you got fuel rods flying at you. Alright, so now that I got the initial coveys out of the way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the leftmost jammer. That's jammer number 1. Take out jammer number 2 with guns, and jammer number 3. And that allows me to immediately get under this gun emplacement here, which is, facing away is the right gun, even though it looks like it's on the left. But there you go, it's the right gun. And now some waves of coveys will be coming in on coming in on Phantoms, and that Banshee was coming down at me, and quite honestly, while I was playing the game, I didn't see him. And I think I might be hassled one or two more times by a Banshee. But sometimes yes, sometimes no. But it's making sure that I don't take too much fire. Look at my shields are gone, and the Phantom Fire is weakening the Mantis and me, and I'm trying to bob and weave here so that I don't blow up. I believe there's a Banshee that just jumped in, and my Mantis is about ready to go. My shields are down, and I decided I'm in trouble, so I'm hopping out at some point here. I think I took that. Yeah, I took that elite out. Now I'm hopping out, and oh, thank goodness my shields are back. But I'm going to run up to this Mantis up here. That's another benefit of being under that gun emplacement, that I can get to another Mantis fairly quickly. And then we continue the battle, and basically what we're having to do here is clean up all the coveys that come in, and be mindful of the Phantoms and the occasional Banshee that drops in out of the sky. Now what will happen here with the Phantoms that come in and drop, they'll come in and start firing you with their main guns, and then drop one or two or three coveys off, and so when I see them jump out of the platform, I try to hit them with rockets and guns, get them out of the way, so I don't have to worry about my backside. Okay, and actually the gun emplacements took them out, and I think the worst of it's over here. But now I have to basically take out all the remaining coveys, and I believe at least one more Phantom's going to drop in, maybe two. They tend to come in waves. If you can, take out that main gun. With a combination of rockets and guns as they come in, and notice that there we go. I got an elite and a grunt dropping out, and the gun emplacement took out the Phantom. Now I got another Phantom over here firing at me, and I'm waiting for my shields and come back. And I'm not really sure what was firing at me from the backside. It might have been that Phantom coming in. Alright, again, my shields are down, and I'm trying to be very careful here, staying under cover while they come back. The gun emplacement provides some cover, but not a lot, so you really got to be on your toes here. And I'm coming around to the back side here to see if anybody's trying to sneak up on me. Alright, when the Didact scans you for a second time like that, that means we're almost done. Now Cortana's going to tell you to clean them up, and if you already have, she's going to say that's how it's done. That's a signal that you're basically almost finished. But when you're down to one or two coveys, as with other cases, the next checkpoint will appear, and you'll have to go on to the next objective. And as it turns out, this one is Captain Del Rio telling you that you need to go activate the Mac controls, because they can't do it from the inside. So what you want to do here is jump out, activate the the Mac control, and then immediately jump back into the Mantis. Because you might have a Banshee coming at you, you might have an extra covey or two down there, and you want to make sure you're dealing with them from the Mantis and not on foot. Okay, we believe we're just about done here. I believe there is a Banshee up to my right. Notice my shields are dropping there. That's Banshee fire, and they just come out of nowhere. So you really have to be careful. It would be a real shame that you've activated the Mac gun, and you're waiting for the mission to end, and you get killed by a by a Banshee. Anyway, I hope this helps in your quest. This is Old and Iggy signing off. Take care, everybody.